We'll start with Mo, because you said the other night, unusual for him to ask to be substituted. How is he? Will he be available?
Indeed, unusual. And as a result of that, I think you can expect the outcome. So not available for tomorrow.
Any details on what the issue is? How long will he be out?
The good thing for Liverpool, for us, is that we go to an international break. The bad thing for Egypt is that he can't go there. But we are hoping also with what Mo has shown in the past that he can recover faster than other players might can in similar situations, because he just takes such good care of his body, and history has shown that he can be earlier back than others. So, but it's only 2 weeks when we go again. So let's hope in that period of time he can be back.
I take it Joe's okay as well.
No, it's a good question. It's always nice to hear that. You have a good question.
Just as we head into an international break as well.
Does your wife sometimes tell you this as well? Do you say no? Did you say no? Oh. That's not good. Okay. Joe was on the bench, but he wasn't able to come in. We tried to postpone it as far as we could. He already told me before the start of the game that it didn't feel good. I said, okay, let's wait at half time. Maybe a miracle can happen, and if we might need you in extra time. He might be available for tomorrow, but definitely not to start.
I just wonder whether injuries come into this next question, actually, because we spoke the other night about the difficulty of repeating that kind of level of performance that he showed against Galatasaray. I just wonder what your thinking is now as to the reasons why it's been more difficult replicating that kind of performance this season than maybe it was last campaign when you won the title.
Yeah. Styles make fights. And that's maybe everything I should say about it. But if I have to explain this means that we faced a team with Galatasaray that maybe wanted to try to kill a certain momentum, but they wanted to press, they wanted to bring the ball out from the back, they had a certain style, they wanted to fight with us. And I've said it 150 times, and I will keep on saying it for the rest of my life. It will never be about us if a game is not entertaining. It will never be about us. All the times we faced a team that wanted to fight with us, we gave them the fight and we gave the fans a great game. But if we have to fight against a team that doesn't want to fight and only want to hold their hands in front of their face, it's really difficult to give punches. So it's more difficult and it's less open and less attractive. That's all I can say. We faced a team, Galatasaray, that's used to be the better team of the two because they are the champion of Turkey. They want to play, like I said, and that you cannot compare that at all with most of the teams that we faced this season.
As you're looking then to build momentum again, what style do you feel you're facing this weekend?
A very attractive and interesting style, which makes it then again complicated as well because we only have 62 hours of rest in between, where we put in an enormous shift Wednesday in terms of physical performance. And that was your second part of the question you asked before. Yeah, tell me what is smart. Yeah, and I have to make that decision. But Jeremy Frimpong, for example, is such an explosive player, made so many sprints and so many times this season, unfortunately, when games came fast, he got injured. Now Joe being out, so you can already understand which questions we have to answer. And now I'm only talking about Jeremy, but Brighton has always been the team with their former managers and definitely with this manager as well, who always want to play, who always want to bring the ball out from the back, who are going to make it a very intense game because they've also seen how intense our game was with their fans behind them. So we've played them already twice this season, I think, and both games were fascinating, interesting, high tempo, high pace, because we faced a team that wanted to play with us.
it does feel different away from home for Liverpool of late against Brighton than at home, given the record as well. But they have conceded more goals in the first half than they have in the away half, whereas you're struggling to score goals away from home in the first half. So I'm trying to work out what sort of game this might be. What are you expecting in that respect? Do you have to go for it in the first half?
You were saying you're struggling to score goals, and then you add it in the first half. I would say we're struggling to score goals not that we don't score them, but with all the chances we create, it's unbelievable that we don't score more. Especially looking at the quality we are having up front and throughout the whole team. But I don't look at games like that. Like, okay, they will score second or the first, or we first, second. Now we need to be ready from the start, because they will make it a very intense game, as I just said. And it's apart from the physical part, it's mostly also emotionally and mentally not always easy after such an emotional and physical and mental peak we had on Wednesday evening. Then to go to a 12:30 kickoff and face a team and fans that are not going to hold their hands in front of their face, but want to come at us straight away. And there we have to be very well prepared for and be ready to face that fight and go into that fight with them.
Brave but refreshing, isn't it, when a team does that, comes out and, as you say, wants to go toe to toe?
Yeah, it's really nice. It's always really nice. If you'll probably say, yeah, you're always something to complain, but I would have preferred to face a team now that maybe did this a little bit more. But if we would have had a week of rest, then please bring us a fight like that. But yeah, we're the only team, by the way, and that's not complaining, that's just being realistic, that played on Tuesday or Wednesday in Europe, and all the teams are playing on Sunday, and we are the lucky ones that have to play 12:30 away game against one of the most intense teams in the league. But we will be ready for it.
You like 12:30?
I don't mind at all playing 12:30 because we train now today a little bit later because we want to give them as much rest as we can, because sleeping is very important in recovery. But usually we train around 12:30, 1 o'clock. So if we could not perform at that time, then it's really stupid to train at that time. So I don't mind at all playing 12:30. I do mind playing Sunday evening. I think it was 6:20 when we finished the game against Tottenham. Then Wednesday evening, a tough game that could have gone also to extra time, and then putting that team on a 12:30 kickoff for the 6th, 7th time this season. That is not what you would prefer as a manager, let alone if you want to get the best performance or the best outcome on the nicest game against two teams that are usually, if they play against each other, a joy to watch.
Oh yeah, just another one on Mo Salah. What did you make of the way he bounced back from that penalty miss the other night? And does it make it even more of a shame? And is it even worse timing that he bounced back really well, put in a great second half performance, just when, you know, there were questions being asked about his form this season as well?
No, I think his first half was also not too bad, and the whole team played a very good game. And I've said many times that individuals, it's helpful for individuals if the team plays a very good game, and then individuals can shine. It says a lot about him, about his mental strength, but that maybe also comes with age. So if you've experienced this more, that you missed a penalty or you missed a chance in the first half, if you get older, you're getting better and better probably at handling situations like this. And he has always done this really well. The amount of times I had questions about him not scoring 3 games in a row, 5 games, or 90 minutes, or that's something he had so many times in his career that he can just shut that all down and give the performance as he did in the second half with an assist, a goal, and being involved in the other goal as well. That is experience that he has and the mental strength that he has.
When Brighton came to Anfield in the league, they created a lot of chances against you. You won the game 2-0, of course, but I think they created 1.9 XG on the day. How does that compare to other teams you've faced this season in terms of the amount of chances that you've conceded to teams?
Yeah, and they didn't score, didn't they? No. And that's a big exception when it comes to us, because usually we concede if we only have 0.4 xG against us, and sometimes we even concede 2 goals, like we did against Wolves. So that was one of the exceptions. But again, it tells you that if they come to us or they want to play, and both games were very equal, and we haven't had a lot of luck this season. But those 2 games were quite equal, and we were the ones that won them both, the league and the cup. Although I think in the cup we were maybe XG-wise also a bit above them. But in the league we were in a difficult time in that period of time, but we were able to win it. Yeah, that is who they are against anyone. Everywhere they go, everywhere they play, they're able to generate a lot of XG. They've been, like us, very unlucky this season if it comes to amount of chances created and scoring. They deserved to have much more points than they are having, looking at their playing style, looking at how many chances they've created compared to how many they've conceded. So yeah, let's hope their run continues like that and it doesn't change tomorrow.
Carl? Hi. Can you say what the nature of Mo's injury is?
Muscle.
His absence and Joe's not being fit, does that have a knock-on effect in terms of what the limitations you have with Dominic in terms of, this might play right back again because you play Jeremy right before, and the importance that Dominic can have in midfield sometimes as opposed to being at right back?
Yeah, I don't know how many times I have to say this, and I can please keep asking the question, because then I can every time tell you. Dominic is for me a midfielder. He is for me a midfielder. How many times should I say this? 5 or 6 times? So the moment I play him in a different position, that doesn't come because I think I want to be a tactical genius. That comes because I don't have other options available in that position, and I try to choose the best available player for that position. And if I then sometimes play in there when there is a fullback on the bench, please ask yourself the question, is that fullback then available to play that game? Is it smart to play him, or is it a big risk to play him? Because if I have another fullback available that is in good shape and in good form and is available to play, he will play there and Dominic will play on the midfield. So every time I make a lineup from now on, you don't have to ask yourself that question. Is there must be a reason why he's playing right fullback, because Dominic is a very good midfielder for us. We have more than only Dominic, by the way, so that's also why I can bring him to another position. First of all, because he's able to play in different positions, because he's done really well also in that position. But if I have the chance, I play him in the midfield.
I think at the moment, is the team strong? The team's obviously stronger with him in midfield. Obviously, play him in midfield and somebody else at right back.
That's not. I don't completely agree. If everybody is available, the team is stronger when he's playing in midfield. But if we miss out 5, 6, 7 players, which we've done a lot of times this season, then maybe we disagree. But then for me, the team was then, when I made that choice, strongest with playing him at fullback and playing other players in midfield. Maybe I was wrong, because we didn't win every single game we played at right fullback. But that was then my take on it. But if every player that we have in this squad is available, then the best team is not with Dominic Szoboszlai at right fullback.
We haven't spoken about your contract for a while, and just wondering if that's a topic that's just going to be part until the end of the season, and do you feel that is that the case, and also if that is the case, is it going to be tied to the outcome of this season maybe, or whether those talks progress or whatever?
Is this how football works? We win one time and now we're talking about my contract. We didn't win one time, by the way, although people tried to generate that feeling. We've won more than everybody thinks in the last 1 or 2 months. But I'm completely not... you surprised me with this question, because my focus is completely on Brighton, and 3 days ago it was more on how can we get something positive out of this season. Now we've reached the quarterfinal, that's positive. Now we have to make the next step in the league, because we don't have the greatest position in the league as well. So it's going to be a fight till the end of the season, and my focus is completely on that. And we don't talk about contracts of players here, so it would be a surprise if we talk about contracts of managers over here.
You mentioned before that you don't mind playing 12 to 30 kickoffs, but it is difficult having had just 62 hours between the previous game. Currently, the Premier League rule says that if you're away in the Champions League, you don't play in the 12-30 kickoff. But if you're away in the Premier League game, you have similar kind of issues.
Yeah.
With so many Premier League teams now playing in Europe, I think there was 9 this season, could potentially be 9 again next season if Aston Villa don't finish top 5 and win the Europa League. Would you like to see the Premier League maybe making it a little bit easier for the teams that are in Europe in terms of being able to manage the schedule?
Yeah, it's so complicated and so difficult for them because there are so many things they have to be aware of. So it's not only this, it's also television. We are a very popular team, so television really want to broadcast us. So they've told me in the beginning of the season once what they all need to know and need to do to get this, and things are getting more and more complicated every season because so many teams are in Europe. So it's not a complaint against the FA. It's just trying to understand for people that a 12:30 kickoff after a Wednesday evening game, after playing on Sunday, it's already different if you play on Saturday. And please be aware, if we come back after the international break, we play Wednesday Paris Saint-Germain, Saturday Fulham, if I'm correct, and Tuesday Paris Saint-Germain again. That's again a program that is far from ideal. But we also have to accept this because we want this program, because I can already know that people are saying, yeah, why they come, this is what they want. Yeah, this is what we want. But if you want to have the best outcome, if you want to have the players in the best possible form and best possible way for them to perform, then 12:30 wouldn't be ideal. It would have made much more sense to players on a Sunday. But there's, if I'm correct, but please correct me if I'm wrong, the television can always select one game to put on Saturday, and the other one can have the other game on.
I think there's been times when they've played the Saturday game in the evening, so it's
okay.
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock rather than 12:30.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, not with us, unfortunately.
The last one.
Just come back to Salah. He had 7 shots on Wednesday night, 13 touches in the box. Do you feel like getting in around the box and around the posts hasn't quite happened this season? Do you feel like you could maybe play more of a central role going forward for the rest of the season, or do you still see his best role being out wide?
I don't want to come across as someone who constantly tries to tell you the same. I've had to say 1,500 times that Dominic is the best in midfield. So I'm going to reply to your question one more time. Styles make fights. So if it's an open game, then we will always be able to generate a lot of chances. And Mo will be able to generate a lot of chances, and he will be there a lot. But if the game is not open, or we hardly play because of time wasting or because of other reasons, then it's harder for our players to come as many times in the box. So you cannot compare Galatasaray to Leeds at home or Sunderland at home, because these teams have a completely different style and they are used to playing that style. But it's always my aim and every manager's aim to get the guys who can score goals for you as much as you can in promising positions. But I assume that's the aim for the other manager, to make sure Mo gets as less possible opportunities to be in and around the box and create chances. And that's what I mean with style makes fights. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks,